I finished adding my signatures into my drop paper book, my ever-growing drop paper book, and it was too big to film aiming down, you know, so I had to switch the camera angle to get it all in there. But let me show you what I did. I added the signatures in between the ones that I had done before, just like I showed you. You know, I found those other drop papers, and I added a couple of signatures of those in, but not the rest. You know, I've got them marked and ready to go. It wasn't fun anymore after doing all these others, so I gave up. Yeah, but that's okay. I'll do these next time I'm in the mood. I've got these 2 signatures ready to go. And this one is looking much more the way I had envisioned, not quite so planned and contrived, but more, you know, random. I don't know how to hold it. This is hard. Okay. Oh, it's upside down. No wonder I was confused. Okay, there it is. See? This is all I can think to do. These are all just drop papers that were bound in, and I think maybe 2 or 3 more signatures, and I'll call it full, because I don't want to overdo. Yeah, past that point, really. But anyway, I love it. And I think it's going to be an artist book, meaning it has no purpose. I won't use it for anything. It is purely decorative, because it's, you know, it just wants to sit on a shelf and be noticed and admired. So that's what I'll do with it. So that's all for that. I'll probably add some beads or some danglies or something off these eventually, but not until it's finished, because they get in the way when you're working on it. So there's that one, and then just updates on some things that I've talked about before. You know, I had some of those big Wine Spectator magazines that a friend had given me, and I pulled all the pages out and had talked about maybe making another book out of an already existing book, you know, that kind of thing. So I folded the pages up into these signatures, and I was thinking that I would put them in this little mess that I made and didn't like, but I think I've changed my mind. And I worked on this last night. I know some of y'all were like, oh, I really love it. That's sweet, thank you. But I really didn't. And I still don't like this. You know, I'm going to make some changes here. But I made big changes here. All I did was, last night we were watching TV, and I just took my paint pens, and you know how when you push on the nib to get the paint flowing? Well, I just did that all over the place and made blobs of paint pen ink, paint, and then smudged them with my finger, which was really hard to clean off afterwards. But it made a nice effect. And then just dotted some white and black paint pens over the top. And I think it looks really cool. I won't do the exact same thing to this side, but I might use paint pens or do something similar, I don't know. But this is appealing to me much more now. And my plan was to put this in here like that, which I might still, I'm not sure. But I have another option now. I had used a piece of my watercolor drop paper, and I just collaged some other papers to it. By collage, I mean I slapped them down with glue. I just layered, that's what I mean, junk paper, book pages and whatever, just to give it some strength, you know, thinking I was going to make a book cover out of it, because my intention was to put these are from my deconstructed art journal swap that I'm in. And I'll show these in detail in another video. There's one more in our swap group that I've not received from. So as soon as I get hers, I will show these and hopefully have a binding for them. But I thought that I would use this, but it ended up being a lot more stiff than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why. I thought it would be more flexible so that it could be rolly, like this one, rolly. Because that's a really good way to make, this is an expandable binding, because you've got all this excess, and you can just keep adding signatures until you run out of excess, and then, the ends of your cover meet. That's how that works. That's what I thought I would do here, but it ended up being not so flexible. And after I had got all my layering done, it had a bunch of glue on it, I set it on the patio table outside to dry because it's hot out there, and I thought, okay, 3 minutes it's going to be dry. And then I went to the bathroom, and I was in there, maybe 5 minutes? Okay, 10 tops. And when I came out, it was pouring down rain. It was totally sunny when I went out there to lay my page down. It was pouring down rain, and my poor little page was laying in the middle of the yard, just all pitiful and soggy looking. And I thought, oh, great, it's ruined. So as soon as it stopped raining, I brought it up on the patio and hung it on my little dryer hanger thing out there. Let it drip dry. I managed to bring it in the house before the next round of rain came in, and stuck it in the oven like I should have done to begin with. Got it thoroughly dry, and then on the back side, this is the whole reason that I took it outside to dry, was because I put some fabric on the back. I guess I should have mentioned that. And by fabric, I mean a really nasty, old, ugly pillowcase. Because for some reason I thought that would make it flexible, because fabric's flexible, so if you glue fabric to something really stiff, the whole thing becomes flexible. I don't know why I thought that. It made sense to me at the time. I was delirious, whatever. So, I dried it out, and this, ugly kind of brown fabric was really hard to look at. So, I put my water-soluble oil pastels. I just started smushing them onto the fabric. And I spritzed them with water. I used a stiff, kind of a stipple brush to kind of mush them around, so it made that kind of mud that I like. And then I used some of those, they're not gelatos, they're those kids, they're for kids, and they're just like gelatos, but they're bigger and cheaper because they're for kids, and I can't remember what they're called. Hope I remember to look that up and put a link for you. But they're the same concept as a gelato, and kind of like an water-soluble oil pastel. But I put those on there too, and smushed them around, and let it dry, and then spritzed it with some white spray that doesn't spray really well. It makes little blobs, which gives it that sort of galaxy look, I guess. But anyway, I really like the way this turned out. And it just naturally, I guess because of the way I glued the papers on it, it just sort of naturally wanted to kind of crease right here in the middle. So it turned itself into a book cover. And this doesn't really work for this because, it's not flexible and expandable like I wanted. So I'm thinking that I will use this one for these, because this is exactly what I wanted. It can be just like the drop paper book, like that, and then it can grow. That's what I want for that. And then I can put these in here, because they fit. Maybe that was meant to be. So, that's kind of where I am with that right now. And, yeah, I'll film when I get around to that binding and this one and the others, a few others that I have planned. But, yeah, for now, I'm just happy with my big drop paper book. And that's all. The end. And then... And then I found some more. Stop it! Stop it!
Was it the hips?
It's the look on your face.